And yes, going to those guidance counselors, whew, that was like a daily routine. It was like I was doing my daily exercise for the day, you feel me? Like cry, talk to people, not even talk, I would just cry. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be a very weird video. Number one, because I'm eating. Number two, the video that I want to react to is very serious, sad, depressed. You already know. I'm just really hungry. This is the first meal of the day for me. I woke up at like 10:50. Now it's like 12. It's actually 1 o'clock, so I was pretty starving, but I didn't really want to eat anything. And I went downstairs and saw the burgers, so this is hitting my soul right now. Oh my god. Right now, I'm in a very neutral mood. It's 3 minutes. Let's actually get into the damn video. Okay. This video right here, I've not watched it, okay? I recorded that video over a year ago, and it's basically about, how do I say this without getting demonetized? Because I honestly, truly don't want to get demonetized. I know it's wrong to make money off of serious problems, but it's my problem, so it's okay if I'm making money off of it, you feel me? Plus, I honestly don't even make that much bank on here, so anyway, this video is like 18 minutes long. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna react to the whole thing because this was one of the hardest videos for me to make because it was literally just putting myself out there, just really being vulnerable. You feel me? And you know what? In that video, I may seem like a different person I am today, but to be honest, I feel like I'm the same old person. I'm just vibing now. And you know what? YouTube doesn't like when you talk about these look at my ear. YouTube doesn't like when you talk about these certain things because then your video will probably get blocked, demonetized, whatever. And then you're like, damn, I can't even talk about my own problems on the platform. Blah blah blah. Like YouTube has become like so censored because of children on the platform. But there's literally a YouTube Kids, so why aren't they going over there? You know what? I'm tired of this. And plus, my viewers are literally older than me, so they're literally my age or older than me. Some of y'all are a little young, like 16, whatever. That's not even that young though. Like, you feel me? Like, you understand life at that point. So I recorded this video, barely edited it. I probably cut out the parts where I was crying. Bro, I'm rambling too much. The video is already 6 minutes. Anyway, the video is titled Depression and the S word. I don't think I can say that word on here. I made the choice not to put any ads on it because bruh. But now that I'm making a reaction video, if I can't put ads, you best be knowing I'm putting them ads. And it has about like almost 300 views. Like, I have other video. Oh my god, who's texting me? Goodbye, block, delete. Bye, Lisa. Like, I don't want to play no ping pong with you. I mean cup pong, whatever it's called. As you can see, I'm back and I'm ready to go. If you want to check what's under here, it's my braids, so don't roast me. This video was published on February 2nd, 2019. Definitely over a year, almost 2, if I want to really reach there. It has 15 likes, like 4 comments. The first scene is a disclaimer. You're welcome. Let's start. I clicked the wrong button, bro. Okay. Okay, pause. I'm at 12 seconds right now. Just for Aaliyah who's editing. Yeah, I recorded this video in January, but published it in February because I was really just contemplating, is that the right word I'm using? If I really wanted to post this video or not. Yeah, I even put the time I recorded it because I'm just such a crazy editor, so yeah. So this is gonna be a video that I would probably never would have like actually thought about posting, but this video is more for me and people who feel this way. So I'm gonna start from the very beginning of how this all started and how I've been feeling ever since then. I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to go to a private school until grade 6. When I was in private school and I just started going there
you know, adapting to a new school and everything.
But I just really had to say that I went to a private school. Let me tell you, private school does absolutely nothing for you. Nothing for you. I feel bad for my parents that wasted money on a private school, because I will tell you right now, it's literally not even that better than a public school. Sure, a private school may be cleaner and all, but a public school would have sufficed. You feel me? And I was using some big words. Like, what word did I just use? Adapt. Like, bruh, I was really using some big words. Anyway, carry on.
I wouldn't talk to anybody. Like, I was literally mute. I guess you could say, like, I've always felt like an outcast. At the time when I was like 9, 8 or something, I've never really thought about myself as that way, but now that I'm looking back on it, I've always realized that I was literally an outcast. I was different from everybody else in my family. I just feel different from other people overall. My early private school years, I didn't talk to anybody. I would only talk to the teacher, and I would only talk to one specific teacher and one person only who was my best friend at the time. But yeah, other than that, I literally wouldn't talk to anybody. Obviously, the school became aware of this because like I said, I wouldn't talk to anybody, wouldn't communicate with anyone except for like 2 people in the entire school. So obviously, school was concerned about this, reached out to my parents. I don't really remember much of this, but lately it has been coming back to me. I've been thinking a lot about the past, so I don't really remember much about this. There's a lot of holes when I think about it, but what I do know is that my mom was concerned about me, so she did take me to a therapist where I would talk to this lady and we would play games and stuff.
Point. It wasn't really a therapist per se, but more like a psychologist. I'm 18 and I sound like so dumb. Like I feel like I'm so stupid. You feel me? Anyway, yeah, it was more like that rather than a therapist, because I wasn't really talking about my problems. I would play games with this lady. She'd give me like Kit Kat treats. Maybe that's why Kit Kat is my favorite candy till this day. I'm just now thinking about that. That's crazy. Cause she used to give me those like 2-bar Kit Kats and I would eat those like yum yum yum. But I don't want this video to be so sad and depressing, because I just don't really want that vibe anymore. But it's just me at this point, you feel me? Anyway, continue.
And eventually I think I did start talking to her. I'm not sure, but that was it. That's pretty much like all I can remember. As when I was getting older and grade 5 came and the private school wasn't gonna probably continue to grade 6, so I had to go to a different school, and there is a public school right near my house, so that's a school that I went to in grade 6. I guess you could say I was scared because it's different to go from a private school to a public school. So as I said, I've always had a problem with communication. So when I first went there, I didn't have any friends. I didn't talk to anybody, literally no one. I didn't have any friends. Eat lunch by myself. That was pretty much it for like probably most of grade 6. Something happened like late.
I'm back, and I'm gonna put a picture of my friend who literally kept texting me while I was recording, so y'all can see that right there. Yeah, let's continue.
December 2016, I think. And that is the moment that I started feeling so sad, so depressed, so angry at myself. Like, I hated myself so much. I hated myself a lot. I don't really want to cry in this video because I haven't cried in a really long time. And you know, 2019 has been going off to a really good start, but I know that I will soon again fall and everything will start relapsing and everything will start coming in. As I was saying, something happened late December 2016, and that was the very moment that I started hating myself. I was depressed, suicidal. Like everything was just, it was just so wrong at that time. I don't know why. I still don't know why. And I was so sad. Obviously, this started affecting me at school, not also at home, but like at school, I would, like, let's say, like this is grade 6, so we had to present, and I hate presenting so much because I was really shy at the time.
Let me tell y'all, presenting for me, I would cry every single time. I don't know what you call this. It was like social anxiety. Is that what you call it? I think I have that. Not to self-diagnose, but I honestly get so scared, so anxious, even in public crowded places. Like, take me to Wonderland, I cannot be there. Like, I act so different. Like, I don't feel like myself in those like situations. Even going to Walmart when it's packed, especially Corona now, like it's just, it got so much worse. But like, I don't cry anymore when I present in front of class. Like, I literally just think about the fact that I can't see them, and it works for me even though I can see them. Sometimes I slip a little bit. I'm like, oh damn, they're looking at me like, bruh, am I saying the right things? But still, every time I present, I always get teary-eyed, but like I don't actually cry. But let me just tell you, I used to bawl my eyes out every presentation, bro. Like, I would be mid-sentence just crying. I hate that about me so much, but I hated that about myself so freaking much. Honestly, I'm just glad it got a little bit better, and I'm not really doing presentations like that anymore. I don't like I get scared. I don't like going in front of people, so I would always cry, like either like in the middle of the presentation or at the end, because honestly, I don't know why, but I would cry. Teacher was concerned, so I would talk to guidance counselors at the school, and this kept going on for a long time. Even if I wasn't presenting, I would cry, and guidance counselors would always check up on to me. And that was pretty much grade 6, just crying, constant self-hatred, and just feeling like so depressed. So in grade 7, it got so much worse, and I still to this day, I have no idea why it was getting so much worse. It was just really bad. It was just really bad. During grade 7, I even if I was making friends, it was like nobody really knew what was going on because I wouldn't say anything, and I never really wanted to say anything because I didn't want to be weird, I guess. Because I mean, I was already weird. I didn't want to be any weirder than I was. Like, I didn't want to say that I was depressed. None of that. I didn't want to say any of that to the guidance counselors. Let me tell you what I mean by I was already weird. For some reason, like grade 6, I used to talk like a little kid. Like, I used to have this little like baby voice that I would just talk in constantly, and I don't know why. And then one day somebody's like, why do you talk like that? And I'm like, and then my normal voice just came and I'm like, shit, I don't know. Why am I talking like my voice is that deep? Honestly, my voice is not that deep, but for a girl, I think it's pretty non-feminine, which I don't really care. Like, if anything, I actually like when my voice sounds deeper than it actually is. I don't know, that's just me. I was weird. You would not want to be my friend in grade 6. I don't even know how I even had a best friend at the time. That was crazy to me. And yes, going to those guidance counselors, whew, that was like a daily routine. It was like I was doing my daily exercise for the day, you feel me? Like, cry, talk to people, not even talk, I would just cry. Cry. I wouldn't even say a word, bro. To the guidance counselors, crying was all I knew. That was the only form of communication I knew, apparently. Sure. I remember one time I would say that, like, I wouldn't really talk to them, but I would just cry, like literally cry the whole time. Maybe I've said I like hate myself, but if they asked me why, I wouldn't answer because I don't know, to be honest. But grade 7 was when I first started self-harming. At first, when I did it, I don't know what it is, but when I inflicted pain on myself,
I don't know, it was like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like I really felt numb within those moments. Like I couldn't feel anything. Later, when I would try to do it again, like let's say a different day or whatever, if I tried to do it again, I wouldn't feel the same way as I did the first time I did it. So it didn't really last very long. I didn't self-harm for a long time. It was really just like a one-time thing for me. I don't know how many times I've tried to kill myself in grade 7. One time I took a bottle of pills. It didn't work because I'm still here. The next day after I took those pills, my mom found the bottle, and she talked to me and she was crying, and she told me how much she loved me and how much she told me how much she loved me and how she didn't want me to do something like that to myself again. After that happened, in grade 7 I was still talking to the guidance counselors, but
this video is so hard to watch. Like, it honestly is. I'm looking at my past self right here. This is crazy to me. I wouldn't say I regret putting this video out, because in all honesty, I don't. Like, this almost has 300 views. To you, that may not seem like a lot, but to me, it still is a lot, even though I have videos on my channel that have like over 100k views, 60k views, whatever. Like, when it comes to certain videos like these, it just tells me like, damn, like 300 people I don't even know or may know in some sort of way watch this video, may even watch the whole thing, and just, they know so much about me already. Like, you're a complete stranger and you clicked on this video and you watch me, you already know so much about me.
The school became more aware of my problems, so they actually got me a social worker that I could talk to. A lot of the times, like every week, I would get called down to the office during class to just talk to the guidance counselor. At first, I really didn't like her. Like, I just wanted to talk to the regular guidance counselor that I talked to, but at first I really didn't like the social worker. She would ask me a lot of questions. She asked me if I self-harm, and obviously, of course, I said no, because I don't know, like, I really don't know why. She was keeping my mom updated with it and everything. I wasn't diagnosed with anything at all because I wasn't really talking to her. But now when I think about it, I really wish that I had said something at that time, because maybe stuff would be different nowadays and I still wouldn't be feeling like this. I remember that year I also became obsessed with my body. I started hating the way it looked. I hated the way my body looked, and so I started purging. And basically what that is throwing up your food after you eat it, so bulimia. And I started starving myself, so there were some days when I would literally just like drink straight water. And
the thing about talking to a social worker or a therapist or whatever, it's like you can't even really tell them how you're truly feeling. Like, if I said like, yeah, yesterday I thought about doing this to myself, blah blah blah, like something that basically you're endangering yourself, like, they'll tell somebody, they'll put you somewhere. And it's like, I remember talking to that social worker, and I actually told her something for once, and I forgot, bro. I forgot what I told her. I remember the next day my mom picked me up from school, and she asked me like, oh, that lady said this and that. I'm like, damn, she told me she wasn't gonna tell y'all anything. Like, that's why I don't trust people. I hate, like, you tell me you're not gonna tell my parents, then okay, I'm gonna tell you something. But if you're gonna betray that trust, then don't talk to me. And after that, I never told her anything again. And I think that's the part where a lot of people messed up. Like, if you really want to like help somebody, I don't know, I'm not a professional, so I don't really know, but like as a kid at that age, if you really wanted to help me, then you probably wouldn't have told my parents, you know? Like, I don't remember what I told her, but you probably wouldn't have told them that until it got to a point where it was like actually serious.
That would be it. Like, I would eat one little amount of food and I would be good for the rest of the day. Or there were other days where I would just eat entirely unhealthy stuff. when I look back at it now, the funny thing is that I wasn't even paying attention to my weight. I was just like so obsessed with losing weight, but I wasn't even paying attention to the numbers on the scales. I was really just looking at my body most of the time. During that summer, my family members started to notice I was losing weight, and they were like, "Oh, you lost so much weight. How are you losing weight?" And I would literally answer with, "I don't know," because how can I tell them that I'm starving myself, I'm throwing up the food that I'm eating? Like, I don't want to tell them that stuff. And so I literally answered with, "I don't know." And so that year, that exact year, grade 7, moving on to like grade 8.
And I wanted to talk about that whole weight issue, you feel me? Because what I hate about our society so much is you're not thin enough, you're too fat, blah, 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 that type of BS, you feel me? I used to think being 180 pounds was very extremely bad. Like, I really literally thought I was obese. According to my BMI, I am overweight, but do I look overweight? No, probably not. Like, I feel like my build is normal, average, maybe above average at the most. But honestly, that's what I really hate about our society, is that numbers on the scale matter so much. But now I feel like it got a little better. Like, people really don't care how much you weigh nowadays, if I'm correct. Like, I guaranteed, if you're dating somebody or whatever, they're gonna, so like, how much do you weigh out of care? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't do that anymore. But then again, I don't know, because I don't date people like that. I don't even date people ever. What's that? Ugh. It doesn't matter. As long as you're healthy, it does not matter, bro. Skinny, fat, does not freaking matter, bro. Yeah, honestly, I thought I was gonna be a lot more sad than this, but maybe I should just cut the video here, because honestly, I'm tired of watching the video, and I think you are too. So we're just gonna stop it right there. Close this up. Honestly, I may seem like I'm happier, but honestly, I don't know. I don't feel happier. I don't necessarily feel the same way. It's kind of like back then it was so like it's so strong and intense, and now it's just kind of like dormant, vibing. Sometimes it'll come back, and when I say it, I'm just talking about the thoughts, the depression, the moods. Honestly, I'm affected every single day of my life. It just makes me so unmotivated and not want to do anything at all. And the only reason why I feel like I'm still here is because I've found things to occupy myself to make me not think about those things. Because when I'm alone with my thoughts, that's when it starts to seep back in. I know if I allow myself to be unoccupied, is that the right word I'm looking for? It will come back. It's hard, so it's kind of like I'm always just constantly finding a way to just keep myself occupied, and that's it. That's how I've been coping, bro. The aftermath of that video, it happened like probably a couple months later. My mom found out. I made a whole other video about this. I forgot what it's called, but I'll just tell you what happened instead. I did get help. Excuse me, I went to therapy for like 2 sessions. That was it. And kind of just like lost contact, and Corona is happening right now, so I don't think it's gonna be happening. I don't think therapy is gonna be happening again. And the thing is, what sucks so much is that the appointment that I missed was the appointment where I would actually see a doctor or something like that, and they would diagnose me with whatever I have, give me medication, whatever. And it's not that I want to be labeled with a mental illness. Like, trust me, I don't understand the whole idea of people fetishizing mental illnesses or doing that for attention, because in reality, that's not fun. It's really not fun. It will never be fun. It's something that's very serious. I like to make jokes about it because it affects me, but if it doesn't affect you, get out of here. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Get out. The door's right there. There, yeah, leave. I never got diagnosed with anything, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm gonna just self-diagnose myself. Like, I truly feel in my heart that I am depressed. And I have depression. And honestly, no one can tell me otherwise unless the doctor's gonna be like, yeah, you're actually not depressed. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I can't be asked to watch the rest, to be honest. To me, it was very boring. I don't know, maybe to you it was also boring, but maybe my commentary made it a little bit better. I don't know, man. But yeah, that is the end to today's video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Hope y'all have a great day. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. If nobody told you today, you're doing great, I tell you. And I'm gonna head out and do my homework assignments, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.